Hey, what's up? Let's connect your switch to your soundbar. Before we begin though, I know that you know there are many types of connections out there. So let's make sure that we're going to look at your connection in this video. If this isn't the connection you're looking for, skip over to the end and you'll find a playlist with other videos so you can find your connection here on Simple Cafe Sound with illustrated tutorials, short and sweet. Alright then, we're going to connect your switch to your soundbar with this type of port. It has many names: digital audio, optical, SPDIF, and Toslink. If your soundbar has other connectors like RCA or aux, I personally recommend connecting that way. I already made the video for that, you can find it tucked up right over here. Okay, now we're past the intro, so let's look at the timestamps of what's coming up so you can see and maybe you want to skip up a bit. Cool, starting with the map, we see a device between our switch and soundbar. What is that? Well, I remember not wanting to buy it for the longest time, but I was glad when I finally did, because it lets me connect just about anything to my soundbar. Anyway, here are the labels for everything we're looking at. Okay, pause it if you like. Here's a quick list of all the related items in case you want to find them in the description. Now, let's get into the little details. The great thing about your Switch's headphone jack, or any headphone jack for that matter, is that you can plug in an aux cable to connect it to any external speaker system. And that's great. We're going to use that to connect to our soundbar, but it doesn't have an aux port, right? And see, that's where this little device comes in. It has both the ports that your Switch and soundbar need. And it's called an analog to digital converter. Be careful not to get a digital to analog converter. What I mean is that there are two types out there, and you must, yes, you must get the one with the word analog before digital, because there's a whole lot more digital to analog ones out there, so be careful. Otherwise it ain't gonna work. Now let's see how it is gonna work. Your Switch wants to send analog audio out via an aux or RCA cable. But your soundbar only accepts an optical cable, and our converter is here to bridge the gap. See, it'll take the Switch's analog audio via an aux or RCA to aux cable. Once the audio's in, it's going to convert it to digital. So it'll come out through the output side via an optical cable. Oh, and these always require power. This one gets it through mini USB. Alright, now that it's all said and done, actually, it's just said, now let's go watch it be done. Alright, we have our switch on already. It's all going to come out of that same headphone jack. Here I have any regular old 3.5 millimeter auxiliary cord cable, yada yada. And obviously we would wish we could just plug it directly into our soundbar. Right now we're in a situation where the soundbar again only has an optical import. So we're going to have to connect optical with this optical cable. Alright, so here we go. Alright, these are always a little tricky. Look for the flat side to line it up with the connector. Alright, there it is. Now, what do we do here? Well, of course, that's where the converter comes in. So let's go ahead and use the converter, again, analog to digital, because it's going to take the analog signal, audio signal from our headphone jack. And this converter has a headphone jack, great. If it doesn't have an aux port, well, we can use this other cable, like I have here. So I have on this end, on one end, the connector for my switch, same thing, headphone jack. And then the other side is going to go into the converter. So if you end up with a converter that only has RCA or aux, just know there is a way. For now, I'm going to put that away and just stick with using the aux cable. So I put it in, great. It's on the input side. So double check on that if you can. Make sure that you see your connector for your switch on the input side, either aux or RCA. Now on the other side, output, you must have that same connector that your soundbar has, okay? So we already have this ready, so we're going to go ahead and also plug it in here. There it is. Now we're just about done except one more thing. We got to give this some power, alright? So this process of what it's going to do, it's not that easy. It needs some power to do it. So these always come with a connector like this one, 5 volt. Go ahead and plug it in.
Oops, I got it upside down as usual. Alright, now that it's plugged in, we need to plug it into power. Now maybe, so this only requires 5 volts usually. So a lot of new TVs nowadays will have a USB port like that. But in this case, we don't have our TV here present, so we're just going to go ahead and plug into one of these. And then plug this into the power. Now this is on, you see the little light come on, great. Now this is the first time I try it, so hopefully it works. Now I don't hear anything, uh-oh, no problem. Must be I gotta turn this on, right? So now I hit the on button. I still hear nothing. Let me put up the volume. Still nothing. Oh, there it is. So hold that volume button quite a bit, just depends on your... There we go. And it's working. Our audio signal, which is analog, is now converting it to digital, which is what this requires. Is it digital sound? Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's just about all the same. So the sound is there, ready to go. Looks like it worked. Awesome. See you later.
I hope you have a lot more fun with your much louder switch connection. If you want to help me make more videos for you, you can help keep me awake through buymeacoffee.com/simplecafe or right here within YouTube with the super thanks button. Check out my channel for more connections and I'll see you on the next video.